Hi everybody, this is X. I'm in the crash landing server that me and Desipis have been playing, and I thought I'd just do a little quick tour while it's just me on here. So you've probably seen most of the things through the video series so far, but yeah, I had a lack of hard drive space issue that stopped recording in the last session, so I thought I'd just cover all the stuff again and show you what we've done in the interim. So this is the ship, obviously, where you start off. Out the back here, we've got a little cactus farm going, which is working pretty well, and all the actual cactus is funneled into a hopper at the end there, and down this pipeline that runs under the ship here. I think that's actually this, and I believe that actually comes over here. Might be this one. No, I forget where that goes. Somewhere over here. Okay. I'll have to have another look around for that. So this is the kitchen. This is got all the. This is the main water storage, or was the main water storage until a few minutes ago. And all the. It also auto processes the food. So we've got all this stuff in here. It does all the different food stuff. So it does all the ingredients from the raw things, and then turns ingredients into finished products, which is all this stuff here. So these are your finished meals. So you can see all the different sandwiches and what have you. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And this is the raw food chest here. So everything comes in here, and then you can see the inventory cable under there. So that talks to the factory manager, and this inventory cable running all the way along here. So it puts all the soybeans in the presser and all the rest of it. This is the old manual tree farm, and by that I'm inferring that we've got a new one, and there is a new one further down there. So this is our storage room. Most of this is automated. We've got transfer pipes behind all this stuff, so that's all the stuff from the sifting is going straight into these. Some of it gets packaged into blocks, so like the lapis and the quartz and the coal and glowstone. I think that's it. It's getting packaged in this room anyway. So, and that's taken care of in there. So that's all the stuff coming out of there. Soda quartz as well. I probably need to do something with that. There shouldn't actually be any of that in here anymore because we've started storing just the quartz crystals itself. So that comes out of here. Take that dust out of there. Okay, so the actual sifter, this is one of VSWE's sifters. He's got a video on that on his channel, so I'm not going to go through all that. But basically it's a block gate, inventory relay, and a hopper, and they continually feed a sieve. At the moment it's not doing anything, so it's not being fed, but that's how they work. And you can set 3 up, and on this side it's an item valve, pulling the stuff out of the top because it pops out of the top, and the item valve feeds stuff down into the chest here via the hopper. In the neck chest, I've just got feeding into. It's kind of redundant. It feeds into this chest here, which is the one for the auto packager. I could really just have that straight into here, but we already had this set up from our previous. We had one of the water flow setups, which is pretty much what you do at the start of the game. You set up a water flow sieve with a autonomous activator. So we had that running from about here down to here, and this chest was the output for the hopper from that. So I figured might as well leave this here and rather than move everything. So I'm just feeding that into there. Over here we've got, this is the machine that basically does our smashing cobble into gravel and gravel into sand. So the factory manager takes cobblestone out of here. So yeah, you notice it's empty, that's why we're not doing any sifting at the moment. Cobblestone out of here, places it here via the block gate. Autonomous activator smashes that up. Item valve takes the gravel and puts it in the chest here. And then the factory manager places gravel here via this block gate, and then that autonomous activator smashes it. Now how the activators are doing that is with hammers. So if I open that up, you can see there's hammers in here, and there'll be hammers in there as well. And they do eventually break all the hammers, but the system actually builds hammers using wood in the system, and you can see that the wood's actually run out as well, so that's why I haven't bothered restocking the cobblestone, because it wouldn't help it at this point. So it makes hammers out of wood from here, and when it's stocked, it actually keeps one hammer spare as well, so it can just grab it when needed, and then makes a new one while the hammer gets used. Yeah, and stone out of here, so it actually takes from the cobble that's getting smashed in order to make more hammers. And this is a soul sand setup, so with the lever at the top here, this redstone thing, with that activated, no, it's activated now. Okay, with it not activated, it puts sand in here, and that feeds into these barrels when there's water in them. So we've got to actually, you crescent hammer this to put in an output mode. It sends water out of the water system, so this plugs into our actual water supply, and then puts water in all the barrels, feeds sand into the water when they turn into witch water, because there's mycelium here, and then soul sand comes out the bottom, and the soul sand goes along and into the sifting chest. So this is the chest that the gravel and the sand go into as well, and that feeds into the sieve. So that's how that works. So that's how we get soul sand. So it is a manual, like we've got to turn it on and off, but it's the on-off switch is the tank. So if we flip the tank into input mode, then it won't send water into the barrels and it will stop. And we put it in output mode, water goes in the barrels and it'll keep going. And then we've got to flip this lever at the top here, and that turns off the sand going over there. So if we want to actually start sieving sand rather than sending it to the soul sand production, otherwise we end up with like nothing going into the sieve. So yeah, that's how that works. So we've got, yeah, ignore this. This is a bit of a soaring chest. This is just sitting here. It's got some of our smeltery stuff. We've got a fair bit of seared stone now, because I've been actually producing it. So you just take a heap out of here, and you can stick it in like that, and then just melts down more, and then you end up with even more. And this redstone clock outputs it straight onto the cobblestone, and I've got some cobblestone in here. It just makes, basically, the hopper feeds into the basin, and so the basin continually makes more seed stone, and then that gets piped into here. There's an item duct underneath the basin feeding into the barrel. The idea is we can gradually make this bigger, or we can do other stuff with it. Of course, I'm getting hungry. Okay, so what else we got? So yeah, that's the smeltery. So we can now like make alloys pretty easily with, you know, Invar and what have you. This is the high oven. This is what we've been actually using as our like primary metal furnace. So because you get 3 times ore from stuff, so you get a lot more ore, a lot more metal from your ore if you use this. It takes a bit of fuel. Like you got to get it up to temperature. So you put a heap of charcoal in, and then it gets up to a high temperature, and then you can start actually mass producing stuff. What's happened here? Okay, so it's gone through a little. Okay, we run out of leaves. Alright. That's cool. So this is our new automated tree farm. So it's pretty much the same system I got on my single player, which I haven't shown you yet, but the idea is that the factory manager makes sure there's always saplings in the planter, which is underneath here. It takes saplings, wood, and vines out of this box, puts them in these things here, and leaves. So you've got to change the harvester to and from leaves occasionally. And yeah, it takes dirt out of this barrel, puts it in this barrel here, feeds vines out of that barrel into the composting barrel, and produces water as well, because it feeds leaves into the crucibles and then takes water out of the crucibles and puts it in the drum. And that's why we've got 94 buckets of water in there. It actually also makes charcoal, so you can see we've got 10 stacks of charcoal here. It takes wood out of the wood barrel, feeds into the top of the furnace, makes charcoal, puts more charcoal out of the output from the furnace into the bottom if it's got space. This obviously doesn't, and puts it in the barrel. So it feeds the barrel and then uses the barrel to fuel the furnace, is how it works. So it's pretty cool. It handles everything at the moment except sludge. We haven't got a sludge boiler, so it's not really an issue. And you can see the harvester and planter are getting power from in this room here, so I'll show you what's in there. This is our, it's going to be our powerhouse. We're going to have all our engine room type stuff in here. We've got one furnace generator. It's not currently producing any power. There's still power in the energy cell, but it's hardly using anything because these things aren't actually doing anything at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, we just got an energy node there because the fundus energy pipe's the cheapest way to go because it's just stone and a little bit of redstone, and you get tons of it. You get it stacked per crafting. So the node's a little bit expensive, but once you've got one, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, what's in here? Oh, that's our room. Okay. Cover all that, cover all that. Chicken farm. Yeah. So I didn't build the chicken farm, but it's a pretty cool design. I'll show you that. Basically it's redstone Qualcomm dispenser. And yeah, so half the eggs get fed into the dispenser, and half of them get put in this box here, so we can actually use eggs or we can make chickens. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a stupid number of chickens there. I don't even like going anywhere near that. I think that's basically it. Our actual food farm is still manual, which is why it's just sitting here, because we've only just recently got machines up and running. The pressing chamber is like a fairly new thing for us in this world, so oh yeah, we moved our lava and obsidian generation out here as well, so we're going to actually move all this, I think, underground probably. It's kind of in the way, I'm really sick of jumping over it. This is obsidian. We had to get a bunch of that for tools, so you know, it's worth setting it up. And yeah, the lava goes into the smeltery as well. And yeah, pressure chamber. So this is our pressure chamber. It's pretty basic. I haven't even got a gauge or anything on it yet. And yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff in here, some printed circuit boards. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, now that we've got some stuff, we can actually make them more things. Maybe another harvester for the farm or something. I don't know. Well, I think we're talking about doing pulverizing next, so we'll probably do that. And yeah, so that's about it. So hope you enjoyed that. I've got heat stroke now, so I'm going to take off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.